Hello and welcome to this webinar on Modernisation. My name is Adash Emmanuel and I'm the Product Manager for Automation at NHP. Today I would like to discuss how we can achieve smart manufacturing by embracing modern technology and how modernization of your control system can unlock a variety of enhancements to your operations. We will also address questions like why modernize and why the time is now, how to modernize, and what are some of the outcomes we can expect from such a journey. To start off, I'd like to present the current state of the industry. ARC Advisory Group is a leading technology research and advisory firm for industry, infrastructure, and cities. In this research, they concluded that failure rates and maintenance costs have been shown to increase as equipment reaches the end of its useful life. As components, products, machines, and systems age, the failure rate increases exponentially, thus increasing the maintenance costs. On the far right, towards the end of this time axis, we see a red box highlighting a section on this graph. How many users are in this red zone? We must ask ourselves, are we in this red zone? Do we have any aging or obsolete equipment in our plants? ARC Advisory Group reported that 88% of process manufacturers acknowledge the use of automation beyond the manufacturer's obsolescence date. Now, let's take a moment to set a baseline so we understand the sheer size of the modernization market. According to ARC, the total number of PLCs installed was roughly 500,000 to 1 million units in Australia and New Zealand in 2015, and that number exceeds 50 million units globally. These units are of varying sizes, the largest quantity being smaller controllers. 2/3 of them were installed from 2004 through to 2012. It's estimated that 10% of those installed systems reach the end of the usable life every year. According to ARC, in 2015, we started seeing the replacement of these large controllers at an increasing rate. They additionally noted that the surge of replacements will last through to 2030. The first graph is showing the typical suggested replacement timeline for controllers. We can see that nano and micro PLCs have a shorter life cycle, but they are cheaper as well. The small and large controllers provide better longevity. And the blue box here indicates the manufacturer's recommended replacement period, which typically is around 8 to almost 30 years, depending on the controller we're working with. This second graph is showing what percentage of these controllers were actually replaced. One thing that stands out in this graph is the longevity of large PLCs versus the others. This is due to several factors, such as cost, complexity of the applications and upgrades, and simply because they are quite robust and protect the end user's investment for longer. But there's no denying that the cost to upgrade large PLC systems is a lot higher. But we must also remember that these are intelligent devices with similar components inside them as most IT devices. To put things in perspective, what is a typical life cycle of IT devices? Usually between 3 to 6 years. The life cycle of a large PLC is estimated to be around 10 to 25 years. Now, let's bring this topic closer to home and discuss some key product families. We need to be aware that SLC controller family is moving to the end of life or discontinued. The SLC controllers have been a popular choice for over 20 years. We must also understand that PLC5 family is now officially discontinued and has been for quite some time, but support for PLC5 ends in 2022. This means that this product family was supported for over 30 years. To further elaborate on current market conditions, the industry understands the necessity of digital transformation to remain competitive. But 92% of industrial process manufacturers are not completely ready for digital transformation. 57% of global executives and senior managers say that modernization and migration engineering would be useful for their business. This was a result of an independent blind study of 360 global executives and senior managers across 7 industries. So why is it difficult? It's difficult to know where to start. What we do know is there's a large install base of process automation systems reaching end of useful life of 20 years. That includes 78% of operating control systems or over 10 years old. Additionally, there are human capital constraints. ARC Advisory Group research of 157 process manufacturers finds there are barriers in organizational accountability, culture, and employee change management that impede transformation. So we've just looked at the overall market conditions and challenges. But let's get a little bit more granular and ask what problems will we face as a result of continually using legacy hardware. Let's start with increasing support costs. Machine becomes older and breaks down more frequently. Not only frequent breakdowns results in lost revenue, but replacement parts also get more expensive as time goes on. Subject matter expert attrition. Subject matter experts are moving on, either to other roles because of their experience or retiring from the field completely. And there's a younger generation entering the workforce, which has a different education and in general a very different life experience to someone who's just retired from the industry with 20 to 30 plus years of experience. The younger generation is very data driven. They not only accept IoT devices and cloud-based dashboard reporting, but prefer or even demand it. Then there's a matter of regulatory compliance. There's a good chance that a machine designed or installed 20 years ago might not meet the latest industry standards. Safety and sustainability. A system that was considered safe 20 years ago is not necessarily safe now and doesn't meet the industry standards. Standards are reviewed and updated every 2 to 3 years. Limited parts availability. Spare parts are hard to come by as product ages and internal components are no longer available. And we are seeing this play out in front of our very eyes right now, with component and raw material availability caused by external global events beyond anyone or any organization's control. Additionally, technology has also moved on. Users take on extended downtime risk while using products that are no longer available for sale and have limited to no serviceability remaining. Modernization of legacy automation eliminates obsolescence risk and helps accelerate progress. So we've addressed the problem associated with not modernizing. Now let's take a look at why we need to modernize. What is the value of modernizing automation technology? As technology continues to drive innovation, staying competitive requires you to drive increased performance from your automation systems. Modernization improves asset utilization and system performance, enabling the convergence of IT, information technology, and OT, operations technology, into a single unified architecture ultimately means faster time to market, greater flexibility, more informed business decisions, and reduced risk across the entire company. Modernization allows easy access to actionable plant-wide information. Thirdly, legacy systems operate in isolation, and outdated equipment is costly to run. Justifying the risk and expense of modernizing control systems can be a challenge. While the threat of obsolescence may seem less daunting than modernizing, the benefits outweigh the risk. Modernization improves sustainability with extended product life cycles. And finally, it cultivates innovation with increased system flexibility. So we must ask ourselves the following questions in relation to our own organizations. Do we want to extract more data from our operations? Do we need to cut operating costs? Could aging or obsolete technology be impacting our productivity and escalating risk? And is our automation system truly optimized? Let's take another look at benefits of modernization. This time in terms of performance. The next-gen Allen Bradley controllers provide performance upgrades by up to 20 times over their predecessors. This enables higher machine throughput by working harder, faster, longer. We are seeing this happen in front of our eyes as demand for products in 2022 is off the charts. Delivery times on some products, for example, new cars, is 6 to 12 months. Manufacturers need that competitive edge to cater to market demands. Additionally, there's reduced scrap by enabling better accuracy. For example, the conveyor belts move faster with better accuracy and precision. And we also get increased data availability and predictability through the latest visualization and analytics software offerings. And of course, with modernization comes longevity. Life cycle of the equipment is extended. There's reduced risk of obsolescence, and there are easily available spare parts. Modernization also enhances productivity. There is energy efficiency using simpler workflows. Let's look at smart safety, for example. Using the latest Studio 5000 engineering environment, we can configure our next-gen Logix controllers like Guard Logix 5580 to communicate over SIP safety Ethernet protocol with a variety of smart safety devices such as PowerFlex safety-enabled drives and 450L light curtains, all in one engineering software. To expand on the smart safety example, when majority of the devices are using SIP protocol, this also reduces wiring and enables faster deployment of your applications, since we're simply plugging in Ethernet cables instead of manually wiring every single device. Furthermore, the next-gen hardware provides more diagnostics for our operations, making it easier to maintain for maximum uptime of our facilities. And lastly, on this topic of productivity, the machines are highly flexible and scalable as a result of simpler engineering workflows and reduced wiring. Now, security is a big topic these days. The next-gen controllers all come with digital signatures. Additionally, more and more smart devices are coming with role-based access control. Our latest software offerings allow you to manage version integrity and change monitoring, and the systems in general are more robust against malicious tampering. At the center of our modernization journey is data, and lots of it. Data, but more importantly, information, is what makes an automation system smart. Our next-gen devices present a competitive edge for its users by utilizing smart data from a modern control system. The next-gen Allen Bradley Logix controllers come with 1 gigabit Ethernet port, which enables it to handle large volumes of data. Together with fast system performance and with a high capacity, it ensures the optimized productivity that you need from a control system today. But it can also play a central role in helping keep people safe, enable digital transformation, and securing your operations against cyber threats. When we're talking about smart data, we need the transport layer to ensure communication takes place in a fast, efficient, and secure manner. The Stratix product family enables plant-wide network systems using wide, open, industry-standard networking technologies. It enables real-time control information in discrete, continuous process, batch, safety, drive, motion, and high availability applications. From rugged panel view operators to the latest ASIM 6300 industrial computing platform for critical infrastructure and analytical solutions, there is a next-gen option for every type of industry, application, and manufacturing environment. These products accelerate development and enhance operation by displaying data as meaningful information. The Allen Bradley Kinetic server drives fit seamlessly into the Logix platform for easy configuration, system integration, and your choice of network and safety options. And finally, the new PowerFlex drives platform comes with built-in diagnostics and cloud-based remote monitoring. They also have integrated safety and power-saving features. So how do we get started? Now that we know what the benefits of modernization are, how do we get started? Modernization projects are complicated. Knowledge of latest standards, trends, technologies, and best practices is critical to success. Many teams don't know what they don't know. Now, I don't expect anyone to read all these red bubbles, and I'm not going to focus on any one item. I would just like you to realize and understand that modernization projects are indeed complicated. Much more difficult than putting together a new system on a brand new greenfield site. What matters is that all these items might be a part of a modernization project, and for a user to understand most of these is highly unlikely. And there are rarely experts in any one of them as well. As mentioned earlier, people don't know what they don't know. It's very uncommon for a user to be faced with a modernization project, and it may very well be the only time in their career they will ever do this. We at NHP and Rockwell perform modernizations on a regular basis. It is a major part of our business and that of our channel partners. We most definitely can help you through the process. So what should our modernization strategy look like? We should consider a three-step approach. Step 1, evaluate. We need to know the life cycle of our assets, spare parts, and software inventory, and determine the obsolescence risk. NHP and Rockwell has assessment offerings for networks, life cycle of assets, and so on to help you. Step 2, plan. Let's look at your options, available tools, figure out timelines, and determine the overall approach. And step 3, execute. How do you do it? Do you partner with NHP Rockwell or a system integrator, or do it in-house with a core team? Let's take a closer look at all these steps. Starting with evaluate. To be successful with any modernization plan, we need to understand where you're starting from, what makes up your operation, and where your risks lie. There are key areas to consider. Do you have workforce limitations? Do you lack skilled workers to run your current equipment? Are you struggling to meet regulatory compliance requirements? Are you suffering from excess downtime due to equipment failures and maintenance shutdowns? Are you getting the most out of your data locked away in your systems? Or maybe you have an abundance of data, but no means to act on it. And is your network robust enough to meet increasing communication and security challenges? These are all the questions that we need to ask at this evaluation stage. NHP and Rockwell provide a full suite of services to help you understand your lifecycle management requirements and develop a plan. Starting with training assessments, our training advisors can assess worker knowledge levels and create a tailored training program. Our workforce training services can be tailored to your specific needs, whether offering e-learning as a self-paced, self-directed and convenient option for busy workers, or on-site training that comes to you. We also have safety audits and assessments. NHP and Rockwell have partnered to deliver safety service which addresses hazardous energy control, electrical safety, and machine safety. These offerings can help protect your safety investments and ongoing program integrity. But more importantly, we can help you protect employees and comply with the latest standards. And we can work with you to find ways to improve safety and reduce risk while optimizing worker and asset productivity. Thirdly, our install-based evaluation service provides a thorough analysis of your critical plant asset and condition, so you can make a data-driven decision regarding their support and obsolescence management. The install-based evaluation service can help you reduce costs by identifying and eliminating excess inventory, which can help improve return on net assets, increase uptime by verifying that critical spares are on site to support production and maintenance, identify and mitigate risks associated with supporting legacy equipment, and update equipment or add a new production line knowing exactly what will be affected in your install base. And lastly, the backbone of the connected enterprise is your networking infrastructure. A modern, secure, and reliable information and infrastructure connects your assets, people, and information. By creating a unified network architecture, one based on the use of standard Ethernet and Internet protocol technology that leverages both information technology and operational technology, your organization can gain real-time visibility into operations, optimize production assets, predict downtime issues, and improve collaboration and innovation. We provide a holistic approach to help you design, deploy, and manage your network infrastructure. So now we're in the planning phase. NHP and Rockwell has the tools, service, and expertise to help you design a modernization roadmap. And there are key items to consider and document in this planning phase, starting with goal. What are we trying to achieve? For example, is it increased throughput? Are we looking to make more chocolate bars per day? Or are we making the plant more secure? Or simply reduce downtime due to aging hardware used? Some of the questions and some of the goals that we could potentially set here. Next, what is the scope? What is the extent of the modernization project? Are we doing it by line, the plant, the entire site, or the entire organization? What is the budget available for this? What funding is available and how will it be allocated? And what is the return on investment here? Of course, we need to look at schedule and timing. What is the expected timeline for the project? And then lastly, what resources are available? Who will complete the project? These are the key items to consider when we're in the planning phase. And NHP and Rockwell once again can help you in the planning phase of your modernization journey with services such as on-site engineering, where preventive maintenance contracts to support legacy products are available. Embedded lifecycle engineers can be contracted to develop a modernization roadmap and execute migration services under the contract. We also offer inventory services, include storeroom management, parts management agreement, and MRO inventory management. There's of course training available, as mentioned earlier, includes on-site training, open enrollment, and virtual classroom support and specific certification curriculum. We have product lifecycle tools. There are online tools available to help you determine the lifecycle of your existing equipment and identify the most current products. And lastly, there's the Integrated Architecture Builder. This graphical, user-friendly application allows you to define and configure a contemporary control system, including a detailed bill of materials based on the legacy control system you're currently working with. So now we're up to the execution stage. So how do we do it? Consider if you first need a partner, example NHP or Rockwell, or a system integrator, or are we going to do it in-house with a core team? No matter the situation, there are three options available, starting with a custom solution. Rockwell's modernization services and support are available to help you realize the benefit of modern automation control systems. Their factory-trained field service professionals are experienced and prepared to provide on-site assessment, migration planning services, startup, and commissioning. From project management to startup, we will help define and implement an effective modernization strategy for your facility that goes beyond simply addressing your legacy equipment to truly optimizing the operation. Then there are migration packages available. For less complex upgrades, an easy, affordable option is Rockwell's package migration, in which we help migrate your end-of-life or discontinued system using recommended replacement products. This migration package may include everything needed to complete a successful migration, as well as 1 full year of support. And lastly, do it yourself. If you prefer to migrate without assistance, Rockwell provides a number of tools free of charge to help you plan migrate with as little disruption as possible. While we're in the execute phase, let's take a closer look at modernization and sustainability it brings. In addition to the commercial benefits, there is a significant nexus between modernization and improved environmental outcomes. Modern smart devices help you track and manage your energy uses, thus promoting energy efficiency. There is also additional benefit of sustainability due to manufacturing processes being leaner and the life cycles of its machines and equipment becoming longer. Furthermore, with the modern machines being faster and more precise in their applications, there is less industrial waste being generated. And finally, if you are upgrading a legacy Rockwell Automation equipment, we encourage you to take advantage of our Step Forward program, where you return the existing legacy hardware in exchange for credit towards the latest next-gen hardware. Upon receiving the old hardware, Rockwell has partnered with an external company to recycle the products and divert up to 100% of the product from landfill. Now, how do we measure success? Measuring success can go back to what our original goals were at the start of our modernization journey. They could simply be reduced downtime due to modernization of legacy hardware, or increased throughput with new high-performance systems, or improved security. But we must also consider other measures of success, such as significant improvement in product quality, reduced operator training time, or the ability to perform predictive maintenance. All of these are just some examples on what our goals and how we can measure success at the end of our modernization journey. The KPIs of success will be different for each organization and each project. But what's certain is the value gained at the end of your modernization journey. So how can NHP help? NHP offers an extensive range of service solutions to suit a wide range of needs. Whether your need is for installation and commissioning, migration, emergency breakdown, or lifecycle services, NHP has a national network of technicians throughout Australia and New Zealand in order to quickly respond to your needs. Here are some of the services NHP can offer, starting with modernization, including retrofits and upgrades. We offer safety audits, install-based evaluation, preventative maintenance, commissioning and startup, emergency breakdown assistance, site assessments and reliability evaluations, testing, and training to support our products, to name a few. This brings us to the end of this webinar. Thank you for your time today and hope you enjoyed this session on modernization.